If any part or provision of this local law or the application thereof to any person or circumstance be adjudged invalid by any court of competent jurisdiction, such judgment shall be confined in its operation to the part of provision or application directly involved in the controversy in which judgment shall have been rendered, and shall not affect or impair the validity of the remainder of this local law or the application thereof to other persons or circumstances, and the town of Stanford hereby declares that it would have passed this local law or the remainder thereof had such invalid application or invalid provision been apparent. Section 5, effective date. This local law shall take effect immediately upon filing in the office of the Secretary of State in accordance with Section 27 of the Municipal Home Rule Law. So I have made I have put on the floor that we adopt local law number 3, and I've just read it. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Okay.
Martha?
Oh, I have some discussion.
Discussion?
I have something to say.
Just trying to do things.
Sorry, I'm sorry to tell you that. It's very late, but I do. All right. The Greenway Compact program was started in 1991, right? It was started to furnish information and provide guidelines, not regulations, to preserve our region's environmental and rural assets and resources in the face of development and growth for all 13 counties in the Hudson Valley region. As of this year, 29 of the 30 municipalities in Dutchess County have joined the Greenway Compact. Why should we join the compact? It will assist Stanford with both guidance and funding to preserve open spaces and farmlands. It will help keep our water supply clean and safe, and it will help us with planning and zoning. It also will make the town eligible for seeking grants for master plan and zoning updates, with 5% bonus points for any state competitive grants that we might choose to apply for. Does it supersede town law? Can it tell the town to do anything? Are there any restrictions? The answer is no. Home rule is completely protected. One other point that's important is that should any developer sue to override any of our town's land use laws, as a member of the Greenway Compact, we will receive legal assistance from the state, and the state will pay the costs of any suit. I sent an email and requested from every town, every municipality in the county, comments about their membership in the Greenway Compact. I asked them if there were any, when they joined, if there were any benefits, and if there was anything negative or any restrictions in their experience with the Greenway Compact. I have, will not read all of them, 29 towns that I have summarized, picked out points from. Armenia got grants for public spaces. It helped with their planning board site plan review. No downside in 10 years. Quote, it just makes sense to endorse the Greenway principles. Beacon, they got grants. They also said it continues moving society towards environmental sustainability. Being a member of the Greenway Compact not only would give us a chance to get more grant money and get extra aid from the county planning board, but it also is a statement that makes us part of the region, a region that we all love and where all municipalities are interconnected in terms of preserving our environmental riches. Dover, East Fishkill. East Fishkill got a grant for economic development study, just for a study, that they wouldn't have received if they hadn't been a member of the contract. Every single town was awarded some grant money and got help from planning, all right? Guidance for planning, Millerton, no bad side, it's not mandatory. Nothing negative, no negative aspects. For Pine Plains, I would encourage any township to join the Greenway Compact. City of Poughkeepsie, I would highly recommend that the town of Stanford become a member organization. Town of Poughkeepsie, one of the first people to join. You don't have to change anything or follow any suggestions you don't agree with. Red Hook, no restrictions, they've gotten grants. No negatives or restrictions, Village of Rhinebeck. Granting, many towns got grants for helping them with their revising their master plans, their comprehensive plans, and for revising their zoning codes and their zoning amendments. Maybe there isn't as much money as was available 10 years ago, and it's too bad we didn't avail ourselves of that 10 years ago. But there is still some money, and frankly, if we only got a grant for $1,000 to help us with our master plan, that would be $1,000 that our taxpayers wouldn't have to spend. All right? I think it's very, very important. If I look at the comments from the ZBA, all right, basically positive, but then saying there's no timetable to join the Greenway Compact and the town could join at any time. Absolutely. We don't ever have to join. We could never avail ourselves of this at all. As part of the lower level, the lower tier of Greenway, we could apply for grants, and we do get some help. As a Greenway Compact member, we have more grant opportunities. They're more likely to help us and give us free advice and planning and advisory and technical help. And it also gives us, as I said before, a 5% bonus point for state grants that are not part of the Greenway, that are outside of it. We are in the process of updating our master plan. And then we're going to be doing our zoning. This is the time we're going to need something. If we don't apply for these grants, somebody else gets our tax money, as they have been getting for years since this was started. It's going to go somewhere. People are going to apply for it. I think our residents deserve it, and I think our town deserves it. Certainly, we do not have to join. We could do without it forever. We could simply be independent and say we don't need anybody's help. I think the Greenway Compact would give us potential benefits that we could make use of. It does not require anything of us. If anybody said at some point, we want to not be a member of the compact, you simply get out of it with one vote of the town board. I think it would be foolish not to take advantage of this opportunity, because there's no downside. There's only potential benefit, which we don't have to make use of. We don't have to apply for anything. The town of Rhinebeck is a member, and they never applied for anything. They didn't even apply for any help with their comprehensive plan, which cost them millions, and they could have. But they didn't, because they didn't think to. But there isn't a town in this, there isn't a municipality, village, town, or city in Dutchess County that isn't a member and isn't glad to be a member. And they have nothing, they have not one negative comment about it. So that's my discussion. I put my case forward. I think it would be an important step for the town of Stanford to be part of it. Anybody else have any comments? All right.
I would just like to say that one of the reasons the town did not join it before was because they wanted to see how it was going to go with everyone else. Out of all of these reports, there has not been one negative comment, which suggests to me that it's gone fine for everybody else. I don't want to see my tax dollars keep going, which I've already paid into the state. I don't want to see them keep going to other towns when we could be getting some of this money if we choose to do so, which we may or may not do if we join the compact. I think it is an excellent opportunity for us if we choose to take advantage of it.
Oh, and there was another comment that a number of towns made, which was that because they have the guidelines as part of their town law, that planning board applications have been much smoother. They seem to go